Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to my weekly Sunday card reading. And this spread will cover May 26th to June 1st. So welcome if you are just coming out of that dizziness of the Scorpio full moon, congratulations. It was intense for a lot of Earth Angels, a lot of upheaval. It kind of felt like a power washer, like clearing away like emotions that had settled that was hard to remove. And so I felt like the Scorpio full moon was kind of like just this final purge, this final deep cleansing. So if you gave yourself permission to feel all the feels and shift through it, know that you made some room, big room for new things to come in. So I feel like we're just on this gateway of new things coming into our lives, things coming into alignment. I feel happy, I feel excited, I feel like I want to pat myself on the back and give myself a high five because like I said, it was intense for a lot of people. So today's reading is going to be about a check-in. As we're getting ready, so as you clear space, it's really important that you leave the space open and don't fill it with old beliefs, old ways of things, doing things, toxic feelings and emotions that you just released. So I'm going to do a reading today of an energy check-in. So we're going to start with the soul's journey. And my intention is to connect with the Earth Angel Collective soul, like your soul vibration and what it wants you to know, what lessons you've been learning, just to kind of give you an insight and some guidance for your soul's journey. Then we're going to tap into money with the abundance angels. We're going to check in with the messages of what the divine wants you to know about money. And then we'll tap into Archangel Raphael's healing cards, and we'll tap into what the divine, specifically Archangel Raphael, wants you to know about your health in this period of time. Then we'll tap into whispers of love and what the divine wants you to know about love. And this could be all forms: love of your children, romance, love of yourself. That can be powerful. So we'll check in with that. And then we'll check in with what they feel like they want you to focus your energy on surrendering or releasing. You know, it's always good to be aware so that you can shift things and change it. And then we'll finish up with a guide for the week with the Keepers of Light deck. So it should be interesting. Let me start here. Actually, you know what? There's a couple things I wanted to say first. So first off, we are celebrating Memorial Day weekend. Of course, it's a long weekend. It is the unofficial start of summer, but it is also a time to remember. I have always been a big advocate, a big supporter of our military. I love our country. I'm so grateful that I live in a country where I can really live in my true life purpose. I can have a business. I can create a life of beauty and magic. And it is because there are people out there in the world who choose to go and fight for our country, who choose to give their lives in support of freedom. So I send out to that collective of soldiers and the military that has given their life. I honor them. I honor their families. I honor their children and their parents for being able to release them in service. So if you see a service member out and about, hug them tighter. We just never know. You know, I see so many military people who are active now who, you know, this is a mission for them. It's part of their life purpose. It's part of their innate being, and it's part of who they are. And I'm so grateful for people who go out and protect our country in service of others. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Please take time to remember all those soldiers who have passed away. And as I just said that, I looked at my clock and it was 4 minutes and 44 seconds. So thank you, angels, for taking care of the families that they've left behind. I also want to give a big thank you to you who have watched my videos, who have commented, who have sent me private messages. I really feel like I'm creating a beautiful community and a network of earth angels coming together, tapping in, because as you receive these messages, you get filled up and then you go out in the world and you're able to shine your light. So as you feel good, the people around you feel good. And as they feel good, the people around them feel good, and so on and so forth. So Peace on Earth really begins with you. So kudos for you for checking in and getting awareness and guidance. Always check in with your intuition, with what resonates. It's a general reading, so not all messages are going to resonate. And then I just want to say thank you. Thank you for referring your friends. Thank you for referring your families. I work with individuals, couples, and families, and it is the greatest joy of my work is to be able to marry couples, to be able to bless their babies, to be able to send your loved ones off in the afterlife and connect with them after they've passed. Thank you for letting me work with your children and your parents and your husbands and your wives. And I'm just in very, very deep gratitude. The work that I do is powerful, and I so appreciate you trusting me. My therapist friends, referring clients, and healer friends, we're all in this together. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. So let me open up space now and invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light to assist with this guidance. And I'm going to ask that any messages that come through be for the best and highest good of the collective and all those that they connect with. All right, so I'm going to start with the soul's journey. All right, the intention with this deck is for your soul to, if you've just cleared space and we've just opened up new energy to come, I'm going to ask that this card that comes out be like where to focus energy or what your soul wants you to know. Okay, let's see. Do we want to know? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do it this way. Oh boy. Patience. So the message says, I accept everything. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Oh my God, I laugh at this card because I've been seeing that divine order. Everything happens in divine timing, and then here's the patience. So remember, we have to clear out the old to make room for the new. So with that, there's always a reintegration process. When I go into my room and let's say I clean things out and I organize, there's this integration process like, oh God, where did I put everything? Oh, where does this belong? Or I'm looking for something and I can't find it because I moved it. So there's always a need for patience after an upheaval or a shift. And I have to say, the divine feminine energy right now, remember, we all have masculine and feminine within us. So the feminine, the masculine energy, the feminine within women, the feminine in men right now, that's one of the things that the divine feminine needs to learn is patience. Everything unfolds in divine timing. Now I have to say, I know a lot of my women clients, we're waiting for love, we're waiting for the job to take off, we're waiting for the money, we're waiting for the babies, we're waiting for all these things. So I feel like your soul is saying to you, we know. We know, we're on it. And one of the messages I'm getting right now is they want you to, or your soul wants you to really enjoy your life, laugh and play and sing and dance. It's going to be really good right now. It's get out in the sunshine. Again, it's a beautiful weekend that we're having. So get out and get busy doing other things. There's that saying that say life happens when you're busy doing other things. When we're sitting around hoping, wishing, dreaming, and praying, what happens is we get caught up in our head and our thoughts, and we overthink and overanalyze. And so I feel like the universe is saying, we know, or your soul is saying, we know. It's coming. There's a process to it. And in order for things to be solid, we need you to trust us. And so a lot of the divine feminine energy is working on faith right now, trust in the divine. We're working on accessing our intuition on higher levels, going into meditation and pauses and taking time for that inner world. So I feel like while we're waiting for things to unfold, I feel like your soul is saying, have patience and get out and have some fun. Take a little break, go laugh, go have some fun, go be a kid. So anyway, that's, I feel like, the message for your soul. All right, well, let me get into what I want to do next. Let's do health with Raphael. All right, Rafa, what do you have for us today? What would you like the collective to know about health? I don't know if they're going to pop out today, or I'm just going to do my 1, 2, 3. We'll see. Actually, let's do these both. Let's see. So this card says, interesting, do more research. And let's see, he's kind of got that bird. The message says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly and gently leading me to the information that I need to know for my well-being. Please give me the courage to be assertive as I take charge of my healthcare needs. Interesting. So I think this also goes along with the patience. So for some of you who may be dealing with health challenges and needing to make decisions, and again, this is for more specific people who are struggling with health challenges, I feel like the message is to call on the divine and ask them for their assistance to guide you to the right actions or the right steps. Now, this can also be for people who are making adjustments in food. This can be for people who are choosing the right exercises for them. Remember, everything right now is about self-care, self-healing, and learning about the authentic self of who you are now. So your exercise programs may look different. The foods that you eat may be different. You might be getting to know yourself in a whole new way. Remember, we've up-leveled vibrationally, so I can tell you the foods I used to eat, I can't necessarily eat anymore. And I've struggled with lower back issues for a long time. I've sat with it a lot. I know where it comes from now and what it's triggered by. So I have to say, even my exercise program and my regimen has changed. And I've really been working these last few months on finding an exercise program that really works for me. And so I feel like that's what this is saying. It's almost like, try not to go back to old ways of doing things because they may not be working for you. And I feel like Raphael is saying, call on me and I will guide you to the right activities, the right foods, the right people that can support you in the energy that you're in now. If it's health stuff, if it's what medications to take and things like that, once again, call on Archangel Raphael and ask him to show you truth. Ask him to show you truth and guidance about what it is that you're supposed to do. And then as you tap into your intuition, because again, it's all about like patience and connecting with your intuition, I feel like Raphael will guide you. So now Raphael sends, his color is the emerald green. And so he sends Santa Claus energy. So if you start to see Santa Claus is popping up, it's a sign that Raphael is working with you. If you walk into the doctor's office and let's say they're all in emerald green color, or your doctor has emerald green eyes or something like that, know that it's a sign from Archangel Raphael. Raphael also reminds me of like Wizard of Oz and the Emerald City and Dorothy's Red Slippers. Things like that can be a profound sign that Archangel Raphael is around. So again, we are different people. We're in a different vibe right now. And again, people, places, things, and ideas that we resonated with even last month isn't necessarily going to resonate now. So you really want to be mindful of checking in with your inner and seeing how you feel about things. Like if you're getting invitations to go out, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, is this something that I really want to do? Does this feel right to me? If you're out with people, check in with yourself. How does this feel to me? Do I feel good around these people? Do I feel yucky? And then make adjustments accordingly based on what you feel. Again, intuition is at an all-time high. We're really tapping into that vibration in different ways now. So that's where the patience comes in. You're kind of learning a new language in this new vibration that we're in. So fresh air. Of course. So the message is, dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me breathe easier in all ways. Once again, patience, breath work. So I also feel like it's kind of an extension of what I was just saying about checking in with how you're feeling. So giving yourself a few deep breaths before you make a decision, or before you transition, before you go, even if you leave your house and you're getting ready to go to work, get in your car, take a few deep breaths before you transition and get on the road. After you get out of work, get in your car, take a few deep breaths, leave work stuff at work, reset, transition home. A really good friend of mine always says, be where your butt is. If your butt is at work, be there. If it's at home, be there. If it's in the car, be there. If it's out with friends, be there. It's always been a really great reminder for me when I get caught up in my head and I'm kind of spinning out of control. So I just remind myself to bring myself back to the present moment. So I feel like this message is also saying, if you're getting caught up in your mind and you're not necessarily sure about decisions and what to do, and the answers aren't there yet, I feel like this is saying, go out and get some fresh air, clear the air. There is something too where they say, take your mind and your body out of it and things work themselves out. There's always this saying, leave it alone and things will work itself out. And I know the mind is like, that's crazy, I have to do something. But in overall, if you think about every time you've kind of pulled yourself out of a situation, got busy doing other things, problems seem to work themselves out. So get out and get some fresh air, take a break, remove yourself from the stress, the decisions, the trying to force things to happen, and just in those moments, invite the divine in, invite God in. Our faith is being strengthened right now. We're learning to lean on the divine more so, in the creator energy. So the breath can be super powerful in that sense. So let's go on to money. What do the angels, the divine, want you to know about money? Money, money, money. I love money. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Whoa. Detox your friendships. Whoa. Now, let's read it. It says, your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Ooh, this is a big one. I feel like this can be an aha for a lot of us. Now, so Oprah talks about it, Jennifer Lopez talks about it, Tony Robbins talks about it, Steve Harvey, Joel Osteen. You've got an eclectic group of people right there, and they talk about you are who you surround yourself with. And right now, there are people in our lives that are teaching us about our worth and value, our self-esteem, our needs, by taking advantage of that or pulling at us. Remember, the collective right now is separating from that 3D, 5D vibration, like that 3D earthly ego energy, let's say, the intensity of it. I mean, we got to reside there. This is where we live. And we're shifting more into the 5D, tapping into intuition, creating, accessing money through our intuition. And so, or like, let's say, therapeutically, it would be separating from codependency, meaning putting everybody's needs above your own and learning to find balance in soul mission, which is the work that you do in service of others, and spiritual journey, which is your own inner work. So that has to be balanced. Soul mission and spiritual journey. So many of us these last couple of years have been separating from people who are pulling at us, people who may be struggling with addictions, people who are putting unrealistic expectations on us, people who are pulling and expecting you to jump through hoops and be there. Remember, it's all learned behavior, because on a way we were like, I'll do it, I'll handle it, I'll take care of it, just love me, that vibration. So as we've been clearing, I feel like this is like, take an assessment this week of your friendships. Tune in to how people are making you feel. Do you have people who are just calling you when they want something? Do you have people in your life who want to help and love and support you, and you're not allowing them in? Do an assessment and a detox on your friendships. And I have to say, also include yourself. How is your friendship with yourself? Are you kind to yourself? Are you supportive? Are you comforting? Are you inspiring yourself? Are you giving yourself an opportunity to learn? Or are you listening to that bully and that criticizer? So again, this will affect your abundance. Remember, if people are pulling at you and you're putting everybody's needs above your own, what's going to happen is you're going to get that energy vibration of lack, and money will show up. Well, actually, I cancel, delete that. Money won't show up because it's being pushed out, because you're filling it with heavier energies or things that are consuming your time and energy. So last week we talked about, one of the cards was perfectionism, and it was talking about like just jumping into that creative project and doing those things that you want to do that may or may not be perfect, let's say. And I feel like this is another aspect of that. People that you're friends with now who may not be vibing or who you may not even be vibing for them either. Holding on to that and trying to be the perfect friend or the perfect person so that people will like you can also hold down energy. If maybe you're a therapist, or maybe you're a counselor or an energy healer, and you have certain people, maybe a clientele who's consuming your time and energy. If you're spending so much time and energy with somebody, guess what? It really holds space for allowing other people to come in. So this does not mean you have to start calling people and saying your energy no longer serves me anymore, so you can't hang out in my vibration. That's not what I mean. I mean, get busy doing the things that you want to do with the people that make your heart sing, yourself included. I've talked in multiple videos about how personally I've gone through these shifts and these changes in my network and my vibration, and even in my business and the work that I'm doing and the work that I don't necessarily want to do. So there's been a lot of shifts. And so if money is a thing for you, ask yourself who's consuming your time and energy. And again, it can even be yourself. You could be struggling with addictions. Maybe you're tapped out on social media or YouTube videos or Netflix. Hey, it's all good in moderation. But, if you're escaping from something and diving into that, guess what? It just catches up. So I feel like they're saying, like, this is like the hard truth. The people that you surround yourself with directly affects your abundance and your vibration. If you're constantly surrounded with lack and people who are complaining about money, guess what? As an empathic person, you can soak in that vibration and that energy. So again, it doesn't mean that you can't be around those people, but just make sure that you are filled up, and that if you're giving from the overflow. All right. And then also too, check in with yourself with these messages. I'm just kind of giving little tidbits here, but this whole thing might resonate with you in a whole different way specifically. So take in what resonates with you. So let's go into love. What does the divine want you to know about love? It could be self-love, it could be partnership. Whoa. Okay, let me see here. Do I want all three? Oh gosh, it's gonna be a long reading. I can't not. All three popped out, and I can't not take them. So let's see. Let's go here. So, got it. Back to what you love. It says your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. I love it. Makes so much sense. So, you see the divine here looking down at the path, and this being is getting ready to go down the yellow brick road. I feel like the divine is saying, come to me, follow me. So again, if you've got hiccups and bumps and challenges in your life, I feel like this is helping you get back to what you love. So it goes with like difficult people. Like, so if you've got friendships and difficult people and just things that aren't resonating with you anymore, I feel like see them as teachers for you to get back to what you love. You know, if you're in a situation that you absolutely love and it's amazing, you'll never leave, you'll never shift, you'll never grow. So when we have challenges, it's kind of the universe's way of saying, guess what? We want to push you into a new direction because we have something better for you. So I feel like that's what this message is, those challenges. And you see all these butterflies here. The challenges and difficulties can be actually for you and not necessarily against you. It gives you an opportunity to reevaluate what it is you want. And this is important when you're on this spiritual journey, because what we want shifts and changes as we take action. So then we've got actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. So I feel like this is also saying the way you show up for the universe speaks loudly. So if you're getting intuitive guidance and you heed that guidance, it speaks loudly to the divine. If you're constantly asking for signs, but you're rejecting the messages, or you don't want to heed the advice or the guidance, guess what? It keeps coming back over and over again. So express your love through your actions. I also feel like this card is saying, get busy. Now is the time. Remember that perfectionist card last week? I feel like this is saying now is the time. So actions speak loudly also means to the universe, like when you start taking actions one step at a time, it speaks loudly, and that energy radiates out, and the universe can bring in the next step for you. So instead of getting caught up with the finished product and how it's going to work and where the students are going to come from or the clients are going to come from or what the money is going to come from, I feel like they're saying start taking actions, putting things together, start taking action, and it speaks loudly to the universe, and the universe will bring more opportunities. It'll kind of be like you'll be magnetic, and will bring the next steps to you. That's part of the patience and the faith in the process. I love how they go together. And then this one, again, demonstrate love. Find out what's important to the people you love and act on it. So I feel like, as we were talking about the detox earlier, friendships, I feel like this card is saying really nourish the relationships that are important to you. So, you know, a lot of times what can happen is when we're going through stuff, we can eject from the world and kind of go into that isolation, that place of isolation, and feel like we need to handle things on our own. I can definitely be guilty of that, but I have a really beautiful support system now where I try not to go into that place. I do kind of slip into isolation sometimes as a triple cancer. it happens. But I feel like this is also saying nourish the loving relationships that you do have in your life. Allow people to love you and support you and take care of you in your soul. And again, demonstrate love. If you have somebody out there who has helped you, who's supported you, send them some love, give them some kudos or some thank you. Let people know, because, you know, a lot of times people say things to us innocently. We don't, and they don't realize, or maybe we don't realize, what an impact it has on us. So if somebody's done or said something to you, or has been amazing in your life, I feel like they're saying, tell them, share that with them. They could need that too. Maybe they're just innocently offering you guidance and support, and they have no idea how much it impacted you. So as you're detoxing, feel it and really settle with and be in that place of gratitude for the people who are nourishing you, and give love out into the world. If you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling, bitter and anger and resentment has been emotions that have been, or feelings that have been floating around. So I feel like in that space of gratitude and reverence and appreciation, it really can shift the vibe and open up more love. So as you give love out into the world, it comes back to you tenfold. What great messages from the love vibration. Wow, that's so cool. All right, let me see. Okay, let me just kind of like scoot these together here. What does the divine universe, creator, want you to know about surrendering? What do they see that you're holding on to, or they want you to know, that want you to be aware of surrendering? These are the power of surrender cards. I love these. What message do you have us? No jumpers today. It's crazy. All right. Ooh, surrender to defensiveness. So defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So this card came up last time I think I pulled this deck, and defensiveness. So if you're detoxing and somebody wants to go on the attack, surrender that defensiveness. Surrender to, even if somebody's trying to, even these messages, they may be hard to hear, or they might be things that you're like, yeah, I know, and maybe we can get defensive. So I feel like the universe is saying sometimes messages are hard to hear. Always check in with your intuition. Sometimes people are projecting on you, and then sometimes it's truth. So really check in with how you're feeling with this card. And also too, this goes back to all this love energy. Demonstrate love, action speak louder, back to what you love. Sometimes being defensive can block out that love. You see this woman here, she's got this sword. If you're in your wounded masculine, if you're, let's say, a female and you're wounded masculine, or you're a male in your toxic masculine vibe, what happens is you pick up that sword and you become prickly. And it's hard for people to be around you. So if people are trying to love you and support you, and you're saying, nah, I got it, I can do it, they don't think I can take care of myself, blah, 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 blah. That's being defensive, and that's just kind of a sign of weakness. So allow yourself this week to be open to support. Ask God, Creator, to send in supportive people in your life to assist you. All right, and now I've got the final card, Keepers of the Light. Let's see, okay, what guide? All of this, I decided to do the guide last. Okay, so what guide can assist with all of this this week? Oh, this one just popped out. I'll just take that one. All right. Oh, I love it. Mother Mary. She's been coming up a lot lately. Her message is love and peace. Oh my God, what a beautiful. I also see rosaries, like pink rosaries, also with this. So prayer can be a message. Come to me, she's saying, it says, let go of the need to be right. Oh, defensiveness. Jeepers. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So there is a lot of mom and daughter stuff coming up. There is a lot of maternal stuff coming up. And I feel like love and peace is the vibration. Oh my God, I just looked at my clock. It's 3333 right now, which is the Ascended Master number. It is the Trinity, Holy Spirit, father-son energy. It's 3 is a very high vibrational master number. So if you see 3s this week, it's a sign that Mother Mary is around and she's reminding you of love and peace. Remember, you don't have to be defensive. You don't have to be angry. You don't have to push out. Just, again, the messages radiate that energy of love and have patience with the process. Things need to adjust. So let go of the need to be right, to know it all, to make it happen, to figure it all out before you jump in. Choose peace. And again, choosing peace also means stay away from all the toxic news reports and everything that's going on in the world that we don't have control over, right? I mean, of course, it's good to have an awareness of what's going on in the world, but when you get caught up with things and angry and resentful, guess what? It just floods in and opens up for more of this to come into your life. So Mother Mary is saying, choose peace. Go out into the world, let people go at stop signs, let them in in traffic, smile at people even if they don't smile back, hug your pets, love your family from a distance if they're hard to love, and really go into that energy of self-care and self-healing and peace. Wow, what a message. This is intense. I feel like every week these cards are getting deep, these messages are getting deeper and deeper. It just goes to show you the vibrational shift. So I pray that it resonates with you. I pray that it speaks to your heart. Let me close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and of course, all his holy beings of light that assisted with these messages for you this week. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done in mind, body, spirit, and emotions. All right, friends, so I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you know somebody who needs to hear these messages, please share, send me some emojis in the comments to let me know if it's vibing with you, how you're feeling. And if you haven't heard it or nobody's told you yet today, you are so loved. God loves you. I love you. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.